Hold up, $80? Nintendo just crossed the line a lot of gamers said they would never cross. Nintendo Switch 2 edition is reportedly launching with $80 games. And that's not just a price hike, that's a new standard. Because if Nintendo can do this, then what happens next? $80 first person games everywhere, smarter launches at premium prices, and are we playing more for next gen without actually getting next gen power? This isn't just a one console. This could change how gaming costs going forward. And let's break down what Nintendo's really doing and who is next on their list.
Are you not entertained?
Alright, so here's the deal, and here's the scary part. Nintendo doesn't usually test prices, they set them. They've trained their audience to pay full price forever. No discounts, no sales, no price drops. So when Nintendo moves to $80, it's not an experiment, it's a signal. Publishers are watching, platforms holders are watching, and suddenly that $70 we were mad about, that starts looking like the old normal now, people. So the real question isn't why Nintendo did this, it's how long before everyone else follows. And when they do, are gamers finally going to push back? Now, if PlayStation or Xbox did this first, fans would riot. So why is Nintendo getting a pass? But let's be honest. Would you pay $80 for a Nintendo game? Yes or no? If yes, what game does Nintendo make that's worth $80? I'll be waiting for your comments down below. But until then, infamous $80 Nintendo Switch 2 games. Are they worth it?
I'm gonna give a hard hell no. I'm gonna answer two questions. Hell no, they are not worth it. That's one. And you ask, why does Nintendo get a pass with this? Why do Nintendo fans think that, but it's Nintendo. Not only has Nintendo, like you said, trained their audiences on paying full price for things, me and you have discussed at numerous times, the original Switch generation, it's a handheld. Even though people don't want to admit that, it's a hybrid console. No, it's a handheld that Nintendo found a way for you to hook up to the television and play like a home console. But to me, it's a handheld that you can play on the TV. It's not a console. But to trick people to make it feel like it was something special, they made the cases as big as PlayStation and Xbox cases, even though it has such numerous amount of negative space. That's one. And also, Nintendo is the true king of nostalgia, the hustler of nostalgia. Many adults, whether you were millennial or whoever, have memories of playing these Nintendo games as kids, their childhoods, and for whatever reason, people just don't have a problem with letting go of nostalgia. They have a problem with letting go of, that brought me memories of playing Mario with my dad on that rainy day I couldn't go outside. Okay, that's fine. That's great. But this type of shit, no. And Nintendo truly believe they are doing the consumer a service. I once talked about how Nintendo are pieces of shit for physical DLC. That's literally what amiibos are. They are physical DLC with a nice craft to them, and people hold on to them as if they're some type of investment. And now they're doing $80 games. But to cover their ass, it's not just porting the game over. Like, it's the Switch 2 version. They add just a sprinkle, just a dash of something new to keep people from saying, it's the same thing. No. We added this. And then, of course, the spec upgrade. The main selling point for Breath of the Wild for the Switch 2, it runs at, stable 60, 4K. This is all things that people who, and we're not advocating this, who pirated the game on PC were running on their own. So now Nintendo is not only upcharging you for a port, but now they're charging you for performance. And I don't see how consumers are just sitting there like, it's lovely. No, it is pure, disgusting anti-consumerism. And then I will double down and say, as you said, if Sony and or Microsoft did this, people will be out rioting. There'll be talks of boycotts, all of this shit. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and keep it fair across the board. I'll go ahead and say yes. PlayStation has released at numerous times The Last of Us 2. This here, but they kept it within a scope. It was $60. They kept it at an original. They brought it back to its original MSRP, not an upcharge. Microsoft, I can't really give an example on this type of fuckery. The best thing I can say is because when they ported over Forza Horizon 5 to the PlayStation, they didn't pair all the DLC with it, as everyone assumed. They just said, hey, $60. And if you want the extra stuff, you have an option for it. But they gave you the choice. Nintendo does not give choice. Nintendo says pay to play or go somewhere else. Because unfortunately, while everyone is sharing their games, Nintendo is not. You will never catch Mario on any other platform. But no, $80 games is unacceptable, and it's just really disgusting.
So I've been on this platform many of times and showing how I feel about Nintendo a number of times. And I already know the audience think I'm gonna do all this yelling, I'm gonna do all this cursing and say my famous line, fuck Nintendo. I know that's what you expect. I'm not
Give
gonna
the
do
people what
that.
they want.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because at this point, we know who they are. They've already showed us time and time again. They want to charge your extra $10 for what? For $10 for what? Why do you think you're owed an extra $10? Because you put a two symbol on it. Oh, because the inflation and the tariffs and chips are really starting to tap your ass, okay? It's really running after you. You've been running. So now you're trying to supplement it with all this other bullshit. Listen, Nintendo has been bent over my knee and I spanked their asses so many times now. You know how, and I'm not advocating that you should beat children, but you whoop a child so much and they're so bad, so consistently that you get tired of whooping them. That's kind of how I feel about Nintendo. It's just like this mofo just gonna be who this mofo is. It ain't no saving this mofo. And that's kind of where I'm at with Nintendo. Like $80 is just an insult to injury, especially in the microeconomic difficulty times that we live in. Yeah, I think this is Nintendo doing everything that they can. They're raising the price on everything, the old consoles, new consoles game, but that increase is going to eventually come to the Switch 2. And I think they're doing everything in their power to not raise the Switch 2 price.
They
But
are.
but in doing that, I mean, they're just cannibalizing everything in this path. Like these games are not $80. I already talked about how Nintendo games already struggle and have a very uphill battle for value's sake. I mean, we aren't like what game are you getting 30 40 plus gameplay hours. What Nintendo game is that? I mean, maybe Mario Kart? Maybe? I don't know. I just don't feel like the value's there. I don't know who Nintendo think they are. Like I said in previous videos, you're not that guy, so you need to go shut up and sit down. But I think this is only going to continue. Like I've said in the past, Nintendo is going to continue to do nasty shit because times are getting hard. These companies are struggling. Nobody wants to be a Ubisoft right now. I mean, I know that's extreme. I'm not saying Nintendo's going out of business, but nobody wants to be put in the position of Ubisoft. But I think this is going to continue the rise of the Nintendo 3DS. That's why that shit is such a gold mine right now. And really all retro games. Like as these modern games get more and more out of control, people are like, all right, I'm out. Like go back to retro gaming. And retro gaming has really taken off in today's age. So listen, baby, Nintendo Switch players who are diehard, if you're willing to spend $80 on Switch 2 games, by all means, baby, do you boo boo. But I just don't see the value. And I think a lot of people don't see the value. And especially like with the Pokemon and shit, where they're still hitting fees and that. Nah, Nintendo is just being real disrespectful right now. And they should be ashamed of themselves, honestly. You know, I guess this is their new normal $80 Switch 2 games. Yay.
Well, they try to hide it by saying it's on a case by case basis. This
No,
this
it's
is
not.
horseshit.
No, it's
This is
not.
horseshit
It's every
because
case.
it's damn near every case.
Yeah.
And then for context, you were saying that it's a $10 upcharge. No, it's actually a $20 upcharge. The original Super Mario Wonders came out at 60,
I'm
and
talking
now they
about
want 80.
in players' mind because players' minds
Oh,
are
okay,
already
yeah,
set at
yeah,
70 as a base. So,
okay, yeah,
but even
yeah.
still,
I don't
like,
know what they're smoking.
it's, yeah, like, even still, why do you, Nintendo, think you have the right to charge an extra $10 before these other people like Xbox and Microsoft, like, that put out like 4K 30 frames per second, sometimes 60 frames per second games? Like, why do you think your game Because it sure as hell didn't cost more than their game. So what are we doing? Like we
Oh,
all
we definitely know
seen
it didn't cost more.
we all seen your gaming budget, buddy. It was leaked to the world. We know you're not paying shit to make these games. That's why they look the way they look. Listen, fuck Nintendo once again. You know, as they saying, fuck you, the consumer. Once again, listen. I think we're going to continue to get nasty shit for the rest of the year. This is nothing but building up that bad karma that I said that they had in 2025, going into 2026, still continuing, and we're still in January, people, and we ain't gotten this much bullshit from Nintendo. Just saying, we still got 11 months to go. So, yeah, everybody, 2026 Nintendo people, yeah, this is what we looking at, and I think it's only going to get worse. So hold on to your britches, baby. But we're in for a while wide. But you know, let us know if you feel different. Do you feel like $80? Hey, you got it to blow on free games that comes out a year? Because you know, a lot of people are asking where are all these Nintendo games at, because they ain't got shit to play on this overpriced ass system. But you know, let us know in the comments down below how you feel, what you think, your take on the $80 standard that they're putting up now, because it's not a case by case, it's becoming a standard. I don't know why they always try a lot of people.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?